Broadcasting live worldwide.
Good afternoon, welcome to Soccer on Sportsnet FM Radio, Zambia's home for African sports conversations. Today we are actually on the sidelines catching up with Division 3 Football Association of Zambia, a league game between Fairview FC versus Riverside FC. Coach, this is the second round. How is your team performing?
Yeah, so far so good. The team is just okay. Yeah, for the first half, I think these guys, they have played well. The opponents, they have scored, they have equalized. So far so good. I think the guys, they are just okay.
How did you prepare for these guys?
Yeah, it was a tough week. It was a tough week for us as Fairview because with the time when we went there at their home, the Riverside, there at Munyumbwe, we lost.
Okay.
Yes, we lost. It was the first game. You know, the guys, they had that fear for the first league. You know, this is the first game to play, so they had that fear of playing. Nevertheless, yeah, they have come. We have prepared. We know them very well, these guys.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So other than you just knowing, you know, how they play, their tactics and all, you know, they've traveled and they are playing, or, you know, they are playing you at your home ground.
Yes.
How do you want to maximize your position playing at home?
Yeah, looking at the first game of the second round, yeah, for me, this game, I'll take it as it's a win match.
Okay.
Yes, it's a possible win match. For me, the aim is to push, not to get the league, but to survive from the relegation.
Relegation.
Yes.
Okay. So far, what are some of the weaknesses in this game that you have noticed on your team?
Yeah. You know, it's a challenge to see the guys. You know, these guys, they are good, very good. So my players, they have that system of let them. We want to see how they play.
Okay.
In first 10 minutes, they have scored. But after 20 minutes, we equalized.
Okay.
So it means we have something in the mind. Even the guys, they have woken up. Even the first half, it's just okay.
Okay, so how do you look to build up going into the second half?
Yeah, second half, I think we work on. I think we just want to polish up 2 mistakes. We'll come on with a good force.
Okay, there you have it. I was catching up with the head coach for Fairview Football Club. One of the things on his agenda is to make sure that they survive relegation, being a new team in Division 3. And so far, they are saying they are holding it and hoping that, you know, going into the second half of the game, that they can maximize the much needed points and win the game. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
I'm actually joined by Benkele Mirambo, who's actually coach for Riverside FC from Munyumbwe district. And we just wanted to catch up. Coach, how is your team?
The team is okay, though for today they have been disadvantaged because of the nature of the ground. The grasses are too much. Now, according to our ground, it has no grasses, so the players find difficulties on how to handle the ball and how to mark the opponents. But otherwise, the team is doing fine. I just expect them to pick up when we go for the second half.
Okay, so the biggest problem that we've encountered today is the playing surface.
Yeah, the playing surface is not okay, so to say. And the problem that our opponent, they have taken the ball too much. Okay. My team, they try to have the ball. Okay. So the ball is much on Fairview FC.
Okay.
That's the problem now. So that's why we have failed to handle the game clearly, but I expect them trying to mark them one by one.
This is your return game.
Yes.
Fairview traveled in the first round.
Yes.
Is there any difference in terms of the playing that you have witnessed from the time that Fairview played you in the first round?
Yes, they have improved actually today, because when they came to my home ground team, I beat them 4-0. So today I'm seeing an improvement.
Okay.
The ball control is okay.
Yes.
The striking force is okay. So the Fairview FC, they have improved. out. So to say. Yeah.
Yes. And how do you want to build on going into the second half of this game?
So my target is that if possible, I have told my boys to defend and at the same time to attack, so that maybe we can try to score them once, then we try to defend, so that maybe we can able to win.
Okay.
Otherwise, that's my hope actually.
Okay. Do you think that's a formation that can win you the game today?
Yeah, the other formation that can help me to win this game is to match these people, because they are good on the issue of tactics. They are very tactical, and they have the knowledge of techniques.
Okay.
Because we find that they can able to turn near by my prayer.
Okay.
Because my prayer now, they are trying to follow the board of the opponent.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So you find that the ball, it is difficult for my players to have the ball most of the time.
Okay.
That's the problem.
There you have it. I was just catching up with Benkele Milambo, who's actually coach for Riverside FC from Munyumbwe. Actually, their return game, and one of the things that he has actually noticed that there's been an improvement, from the time they played Fairview FC in Munyumbwe. He's saying the team has actually built, it has actually become more tactical than they played, and we are yet to see how Fairview, FC playing at home will hold.
Better mais. Okay. Atope. Fight, sorry. Fight. Yes. Okay, quick. Chora second. Teni. Target your
wa timu hapo. You captain.
They are boycotting the penalty.
From Munyumbwe. Ref, there's always these contradictory statements and friction between game officials and referee. What do you think is the best approach to improve this relationship between yourselves as officials and the players?
Thank you so much for having me. I think to just give a clear answer to your question, I think there is need for the officials to be given a training to the laws of the game, just like what the referees undergo. That would be easier for them to understand what the referee is doing on the field of play.
Great. And with that said, what do you think would be the best approach to start to do player education and just to infuse the laws of the game into the players?
Okay. On that one, that's why I mentioned the coaches and the other officials to be given a training. When they come back, they would easily give the tuitions to their players.
To the players.
Yes, because it would be difficult to call all the players at once to have that training. But if you call just a few officials, when they are done with the training, they can come back and help the.
Yes, I know you guys as game officials. You have some very specific trainings that you undergo, and the coaches themselves equally. They do coach trainings. But do you think now is a time when teams, like franchise owners, to start to think about developing deliberate, trainings that really has a component of game officiating for them to really understand the insight of how difficult it is for you guys to manage the games?
Exactly. They really need to do a training because it will be hard for them to understand what we do on the pitch. When we make certain decisions, they would not understand because the rules change every year. So when they are still using the rules of the past years, they would still stick to what is wrong, but we have the new rules that are currently happening. So for me, I'm available if people would need me to come and just give them a simple training on a lighter note. I would be able to do that.
There you have it. I was just catching up with the center referee for this game between Riverside FC versus Fairview FC, just to have an insight of how he envisions, a improved relationship between the players and officials. As you know, game officiating is always the talk of of how players want to react to every call that referees make on the pitch. And we're hoping that, of course, with team owners, in collaboration with officials and of course the local FA, they can begin to develop deliberate trainings for that would really help players just to understand some of these rules. Otherwise, great to have you, and congratulations again for the game.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to Soccer on Sportsnet. I'm joined by Connor, who's captain for Fairview FC. Just to get an insight about how the game was, this has been a return game for them. They traveled to Riverside FC, which is in Munyumbwe, and now having a return leg in the second round of the league. I just want to find out how this game was. Connor, hii game yenze bwana.
Game yenze ko buchemushe. Kuona kuchina first round mwetu tunaambira bora.
Yes.
At least kaoneka ko change to improve because pe tunaenda pa first tunaenda loser kwa hapo. But at least better bora patendo to picking out. Otherwise game yenze chemushe. But monga tenzopemba ko che maybe monga kai tukaenda outside monga kuja kama munhu. Marifari. Bena ngusoma nkala fe okay balefu baliza ko che fair game. But tumemba ko che maybe malefu azi chaira ko che pamozi. Monga ku training kai bena kumaoneka ati kwebalizirati monga petunaenda ku Munyumbwe fans game inaoneka che sienze fair balefu twanalize mushe but so game ze mushe balefu aliza che mushe otherwise penalty bagai badanda but ze che mushe ni penalty ni makira balefu akaliza sanga chinde but at least pepa kuche kuli timu yanga che tupagere kuche nzeru kutirena zibura tutenda ko che pamozi improvement yenda ioneka so ko che tenda team pro pamozi.
Okay, so munga apa bawe mwangera but this is the second round ya league. What areas ni areas bwanje uganza ati team ya mufunika mfakele konzelu so that at least manja hapa because hapa ni second round yenda league yendo sila hapa so that hapa kai either mukasirize on a good note or you don't get relegated. So ni areas bwanje ati uganza ati mufunika mufakele konzelu as players.
Isi players kunache training chekai training imache pa kutima bwera kucheba ngono so kufunika ati at least tapaka kuchitenda ko chepamozi tonze pamozi kaweka utiso che torati at least oloma veti material zambo kusebenzesa mu game so kutenda ko chepamozi futi isi team yatu na midfielder stili ko chemo at least kufunika ati maybe tasakira ko chero babiri batatu batandiza compile monga ati at least say urukutaka kutara che sachoke mu division to survive the next season saka improve ati tapushina maybe tungacha division 2 next season.
There you have it. I was just catching up with Connor here. Connor, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I was just catching up with Connor. He was just giving his insight about the current status of his team. Of course, he has made mention about how game officiating, refereeing is very important. Why there's need for referees to go for training, to upgrade their officiating skills, as well as he talked about the need for his team players actually to turn up for practice every time, as well as they need to beef up the striking force for his team if these guys have to fight relegation. Welcome to Soccer on Sportsnet. Just catching up with Previous Muchindu, who is the CEO for Fairview FC.
Thank you, and so glad to have you.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And it was great to watch the game and of course the display of skill at home. Briefly, give an insight of the current status of Fairview FC.
For us, I think it's development. The current status is we want to develop the boys that will love the game, develop the boys that will grow with the game. We are coming from a background where we are fighting relegation, number 3, and I think as at now we are at 22 points, 21 today. Always the boys, you can see that they are fighters, they would want to win, but I think from our onset we've indicated that winning should be the last thing because we want them to grow with the game, as I mentioned in the preamble. With coming to our league, you can see that people want to beat Fairview. I think where we're coming from is we are a younger side. I think 90% of the team that we have, Fairview is one of the youngest. You go to Pemba, these are the teams that are trying to develop the young talents that we have in Monze. And I think the future is great. All we just need is to see how best, from the little resources that we have, from the resources that we have at the district, we can be able to pump in and also assist the boys to have good training, good facilities, and also just an improved league.
Great to hear that. The resumption of this league is just coming at a time when the world and the continent are just returning from Morocco. One of the contentious issues that happened in Morocco was the issue with officiating. And how do you envision this relationship to grow between officials, players and the coaches? I
can say that we are all stakeholders in this game. Referees, team officials, whoever is responsible for these teams, we are all stakeholders. All we need, I think I can echo to what the referee said, we need proper education first for them. And I think as a team, we have already written to the Secretariat because of had circumstances where you can see that a referee is calling in a very wrong call. And I think there's a gap between themselves that they need to undergo certain trainings. Maybe some, we appreciate that they're able to run the games, but what we want to see is a more confident referee who can give confidence to the boys when they're playing. And I think with that we'll be able to score. Yeah, the AFCON had its own doings and happenings. We can see that everything that comes to the officials comes with a charge. Yeah, the Senegalese coach has been charged because football has got rules, and each house has got rules. So the referees are protected, the coaches are protected, but at the end of it, it's a sanity that we want in the game.
This is the first game in the second round. How do you envision the team in the next fixtures from today?
I think we are good to go because the first round, this team that came from Riverside gave us 4-0 at their home ground. We would have loved to have a win at our home, in our bedroom to say, but as it is, football has got 3 results: a draw, a win, and you lose if you are not putting in the efforts that need. But I think I love the last 5 minutes that the boys are put in. You could see that they were hungry to win, but like I said, football's got a result.
Great. And your final remarks. What is the future of football in the province?
For football to run in our province, we need to start them young. I feel we need a few academies to come through, like we are doing, so that from there the game is imparted in the young ones. As they grow to understand the game. They also get to appreciate that there's a stage where they need to go to other teams. I can say that the future is bright for our team. So far, last season we had 4 boys that were able to test some trials. One of them went to Lusaka to play for the provincial team, which is a plus for us, and that is what we want to continue with, so that we can contribute to what the district is envisioning. Some years back we had the district sports associations, and I think I can echo from this interview that we need them to come back. We need them to come back so that they can get and assist the young teams that are trying to develop, so that maybe through the channels that come through, one, we can have proper equipment that can come through, that government can give us as well, through different partners. And I think we need to create a link where DISAC to say comes in on the ground to say, how are the young teams doing? And I think we'll be able to put in a few efforts and assist each other to improve the sport in our district.
Great to catch up with you.
Thank you. We look forward to more coverage, and I think that's how we can sell our team and also the game, so that we are seeing outside there. Otherwise, we'll hope to see you in the next game.
Why not? Sportsnet is a grassroots, sports media creative, and would love to cover as much sport on the ground as possible. So when we're available, when we know we can, would love to highlight what you're doing and make sure that not only our community but the nation, the province, they know that this is what is really happening. Otherwise, thank you very much for hosting us.
We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. There you have it. I was just speaking with Fairview Mushindu, who's the CEO for Fairview FC, just giving his insights on how he envisions, football in the province, starting, Monze, the district province, and as well as, the nation to develop. And of course, he was just giving his position the position of his team currently, having started the second round of the league, and we're hoping to catch back on this venue whenever we can, whenever this team has a home game. Until then, this has been Francis Nagonje, the Sports Addict on Sportsnet FM Radio, Zambia's home for African sports conversation. Until next time, we're signing out from here with my team. It's bye-bye.
Broadcasting live worldwide.